The US has reportedly pressured Ukraine to drop its UN resolution demanding the immediate withdrawal of Russian forces. Instead, Washington submitted its own resolution, which avoids directly blaming Moscow. This move has deepened tensions between President Donald Trump's administration and Ukraine's Zelensky. It has also sparked a divide: Europe and Ukraine on one side, the US and Russia on the other. According to a Wall Street Journal report, US diplomats told European allies they would oppose the Ukrainian draft. They urged Europe to convince Kyiv to withdraw it. Until recently, Washington was working on minor edits to Ukraine's proposal, but by Friday, it abruptly shifted course and told Kyiv to back down. Ukraine refused. Now, the UN General Assembly will vote on Kyiv's resolution on February 24th, marking 3 years since Russia's invasion. The US, meanwhile, wants a separate vote on its own draft. The growing divide stems from Trump's unexpected negotiations with Russia. The US president has called Zelensky a dictator, accused Kyiv of starting the war, and warned Ukraine to make peace or risk losing its statehood. His administration's stance has alarmed European leaders, who were sidelined in Trump's Russia talks. Ukraine, backed by the EU, has refused to step aside at the UN. The two proposals at the UN send starkly different signals. Ukraine's resolution is, backed by the EU, demands Russia's full withdrawal and rejects territorial gains by force. The US resolution is a last minute alternative which calls for a swift end to the war but doesn't name Russia as the aggressor. The Trump administration is pushing for a vote on its resolution at the UN Security Council, currently led by China. A vote is set for Monday afternoon. The UN General Assembly, which has no veto powers, has repeatedly condemned Russia's invasion. Now, the world will watch closely to see how much support Ukraine's resolution gets and how many nations align with Trump's softer approach. A key question remains: will Ukraine's resistance at the UN reshape global alliances, or will Washington's influence force Kyiv to retreat? Stay tuned for more updates.